Now, when you see this affordable housing going on, every unit, the constructions will be paying 2 million shillings. I say 60 billion shillings in Nairobi, about 40 billion shillings in Mombasa. Then people are getting rich as we are getting poor. That's why a governor can buy a house in Beverly Hills in California. Yet for you Kenyans being told live within your means. You can buy a house 400 million shillings in Kitusuru. Yet Kenyans should live within their means. Somebody can buy a 60 million car with one swipe of a check. Yet Kenyans are being told live within your means. So that is the reason why we're having this issue. Now let us go to recommendation. I want to ask citizens to stop paying this money we are paying to the county government, national government, and form kumi groups, because some floods were being affected just because of a small blockage. Yet you are paying money to the county government, you are paying money to the national government, they are eating it, they cannot do anything, yet you remain on your own. So Kenyans, we are on our own, also we should remain with our own money. We cannot give them our money. When problems come, we are on our own. So that's not allowed. So that's why we have these problems we're having. So let the president respect death. Today the president has issued an order that people should mourn those who died. There are over 200 people who died over the floods. At the same time he has told us we should go and plant trees. Is the president an African? I'm an African, I'm African, I'm a Kenyan. When someone dies in a home, people stop working and they begin mourning. Even days after a burial, people are still mourning. People don't work and mourn. So you have told us today is a holiday to mourn, yet you have also given an order we should plant trees. This goes against our culture, so I do not know how Kenyans are going to mourn at the same time plant trees. If you go to Kigali, when they mourn the victims of the genocide, even music is not played, they sit in a sober mood. I'm seeing Kenyans just dancing and making noise because there's no one serious about mourning here. I don't see mourning faces here. But the worst part of it, as I speak, I was in the streets of Kangemi. As you tell people to mourn, people are dying. I went and found a man holding tablets in his hand of ulcers and ARVs. He tells me, Professor, without food on my stomach, I cannot take this medicine. So when you tell people to go and mourn, how are they mourning and they are hungry? In fact, in our culture, when people are mourning, they must be given food to eat as they mourn. You cannot wail on empty stomach, you'll die. So the president should give food to the people who suffered from floods so that they can eat as they mourn those who died. So food goes together with mourning. And mourning do not go like work. You are telling us to work and mourn and there is no food. How are we going to survive? So that actually is dismissed. The second thing I want to tell President in certain terms. The President said that every Kenyan to go and plant 50 trees. My concern is this. With the 50 trees being planted, Kenyans are 53 million. That means we need 2.7 billion trees. To plant 50 trees for every Kenyan to plant 50 trees, you need 2.7 billion trees. Now, one tree is 120 shillings. I've checked the cheapest tree is 120 shillings. If you multiply by 2.7 billion, you are looking for 318 billion shillings to plant trees. Where is this money? Then I saw the Minister of Environment called Toipan Suyas telling us that you should bring from your own pocket. Kenyans are hungry, they have lost their livelihoods from floods, they are mourning, they still have money to buy trees on their own. That actually is a misnomer. So the president should tell us, where are we going to get 318 billion shillings to plant 50 trees today for every Kenyan? And yet IMF gave the president 83.89 billion shillings in terms of loan to plant trees. Where is that money if the minister is telling us we use our own money? Are they not stealing from Kenyans? Yet they take loan on our behalf and they don't give us that money. So that's our recommendation, that we should be very careful about how we are handling the situation. Now, let me tell the President the last thing before I leave my colleagues to talk. Mr. President, you said immediately you put the Bible down, you'll begin working. Now, immediately you put the Bible down, the hustler dream was forgotten. Your dream was to become the president, and you are living your dream. Kenyans have their dreams too. And you are derailing the Kenyan dream, which is to live a dignified life by becoming a middle-income economy. So you are living your dream. We are not living our dreams. We are hustlers. Declaring a holiday is giving Kenyans hunger, because borders who are supposed to take people to work today did not work. The Uber drivers who are supposed to take people to work today did not work. Anybody who was selling things on the street here, selling samosa, groundnuts, njugu, call it roast maize, and mandazis, they cannot sell anything. The mama mboga who sell small food on the street to earn money, they cannot, because it's a holiday. So let me tell you, Mr. President, since you became president, you have already declared 10 non-calendar holidays. Anytime you declare those holidays, Kenyans go to bed hungry because they cannot earn money through holiday. Only you, who is earning money by state funds, and your ministers are earning money. For us, you are not earning money. So holidays are not good for us. So let me tell you what has happened. Immediately you place the Bible down, teachers in Kenya were forgotten. Landlords have been threatened because they have to pay more money to you. Health workers ignored. You have given an MOU which means nothing. Because an MOU which is not signed by Treasury, it is a useless MOU, because without Treasury there is no money. Even the Commission for Revenue Allocation was not there in that MOU. So you have just cheated doctors. Youth have been elbowed out of government and they're no longer considered. Women programs like Linda Mama, all of them have been withdrawn. Infrastructure has been abandoned immediately you put down the Bible. Constitution has been suspended because you are just ruling the way you want. Policemen and women have been deserted. Some of them are being chased away from houses because the levies have taken too much from their salary. They cannot afford to pay their houses. So even your very policemen and women are suffering. Military professionalism has been threatened by all the changes you are making and all the assassination we have seen in the military. Please think about that. Treasury captured to allow uncontrolled borrowing. You can borrow the money the way you want. Judiciary has been detained. Judiciary has been imprisoned. Parliament has been captured. Corruption has been enhanced. And last but not least, and very importantly, Raila Odinga has been held hostage. Even yesterday he was in State House with you. So who is there for us? That's what I'm trying to say. Let me tell you what, Mr. President. Kenya has listened to what I've said. Kenya is going to look for fresh air. They will never be ruled by political conmen like you. And I can tell you, I've heard you guys talking about it too, even if you talk about people talk about the two-horse race. In 2027, for sure, there will be two-horse races. The one horse is political conmen leading that horse. The second horse will be led by Kenyans who are concerned Kenyans who will be led by professionals. So they'll not be tumbocrats like your people. They'll be technocrats to Kenya where we are going. So I end by saying, as a concerned Kenya, we'll assume nothing. We'll believe in nothing and we'll check everything you are doing, then take you out of that place. So, Mr. President, as the CEO of Kenya, we cannot afford you. So we must fire you and put the right person if you don't obey our policies. Thank you.
Make it short.